Hello and welcome traders at this Bitcoin technical and order flow analysis video. This is follow-up video to my previous YouTube video, so make sure to watch that so you fully understand because this is like continuation video as well. You know, in previous video I was showing you I had a bearish bias. I was shorting since this moment here, plenty of shorts. You can see that also in the trades continuation. So we will be discussing how these shorts played out. After that, we will focus on trading once we did the major drop. I'll be also commenting why we actually dropped here. So we will focus on this drop. Now the range forming here. Also yesterday we had major opportunity for building day trade and scalp longs, and also scalp long become intraday long as well. And I was happily sleeping on profits. Also once market started pushing here, I was taking major profit on shorts. This was sign of strength, this big reversal here. So you need to be really flexible in markets and adapt and adjust as soon as you get new market data. That's why if anyone is giving you some, long-term predictions or medium time frame predictions, they are doomed to fail because you need to read order flow data and take decisions after it's, analyzed by you. So let's start. So first, let's start with the overall trades analysis. So you saw some of the trades already in the previous YouTube video. So we were also having like this segment here. I would like to really cover it. You can learn a lot from it. So this was when we need to go into we need to open our 5-minute time frame. Yes, very good. Because Bitcoin is not trading alone in the world. Bitcoin is heavily correlated to the traditional markets. Why? Very simple why. Because Bitcoin is part of many portfolios of the institutions and funds, whales, and they if they see the largest sell-off in the past 2 years in the stock market, Bitcoin will very likely catch down to it. That was the case here. Some people were trying to play Bitcoin as safe haven asset, same like gold. So when equities are going down, they were buying it as a safe haven. But in the end, Bitcoin is still heavy risk asset. So if things get bad in the world, Bitcoin is getting sold. This happened hundreds of times before, like tens of times in before during extreme sell-off days. So I didn't see a reason why it's gonna not repeat. So it also kept my bias. Like all those pumps here were used as a shorts. I was covering this group in like pretty substantially, so our traders knew I'm shorting any increase. And in the end, I'm getting rewarded by the big down moves. You can see also how we played that. These two nice shorts, and then the latest shorts here played out really well. It was add to my this was like new short I was getting, because here I also built the swings, and I also added to. So this was added and also made the new scalp short, which then becomes day trade short. I'm just showing you this trade management because I do double or 3 account trading where I'm using scalper and day trade account together, so you need to know this. I can show you also one example. So this was the short we were taking. I will not be covering these 3 trades. They were really covered well in the group. We'll focus more on yesterday because so you can learn this reversal. One thing I want to show you also. Let me return a bit to this correlation. So you see stock market had biggest drop, like Nasdaq has biggest drop in 2 years. So that's really massive drop, and Bitcoin in the end catched down to it. Yes, even when Bitcoin was trying to fight the flows. Now Bitcoin starts to outperform, but it's also thanks to the global equities. Yeah, we see now it's bounce on the ES already. Is gonna be. It's like futures are heavily green, so Bitcoin is stronger than equities. I do not deny that. But it also, without equities bouncing, Bitcoin would very likely not be in this area. So you need to understand that. So, and now let's have a look further. I will be going over many Discord posts because they show you the logical structure as well. One thing, if you initiate it short up here, you've got literally last chance to add to your short. Some trader was posting here it's golden zone. That's perfectly fine. But why you actually didn't breach the golden zone and go for the highs and you reject it is not the golden zone itself. You only know it's area of interest for you. But Orderflow was telling you clearly you had tens of millions of longs trapped at the highs and market was retesting them. They were trying to get out. They were creating additional selling pressure on the market. The market reversed. So that's also what you need, why you need the Exocharts. You need to see where are the trap traders. They are the most rough form of support and resistance, and oftentimes they are serving you to add to your trade, to initial new trades. So that was the true reason why market rejected on this pullback, not the golden zone. Yeah, this is, you know, technical analysis is just 20% of trading. 80% of trading is order flow. You need to X-ray the market. You see, I was also giving a minimum, this is minimum target I was expecting the day we will reach. This was reached, and in the end we did the breakdown. Yeah? So it's really nice to see that. Let's go further down. So we will be looking now on yesterday. I would like to cover, so okay, let's start with yesterday. You know, you can get a lot of learning from it. So first of all, we did this trade here was covered in the standalone video in the group in the library. I gave it like 10 minutes, so this long was very easy. I will not be covering that, but let's go further. So we can actually go with the post. It's going to be nice. Market was clearly defending the current range. You can see when we dropped into the, you know, when we drop into the liquidity, when we open the liquidity tool, by the way, you can see clearly what was the move down about. Let's go like this. So we are seeing impulsive move to the upside. I also want to cover that so you understand how market works. We'll be deleting that. I just want to show you when you're, because I was also adding to the shorts, and I told our traders I will be adding to the shorts. I want to show you a clear reason why. So when we were ranging up here for multiple days, we also had breakout longs. Look at the open interest, massive open interest increase from 1720 to 1850. So it's over 1.2 billion open interest increase. This is clearly telling you people are getting into the leverage longs. Those are breakout longs which were taken as from this previous range. If market gets into their entries, yes, and under their stop losses, they will be forced to sell. So this candle here was predicted long time ago, especially when you open the profile, our TPO profile. So you can see that. Let me do merging, just 5 days together. So we are ranging for a few days. So you know, you have leverage longs here. This is also inefficiency area because you see very limited volume here. You have single prints here and almost no proper volume here build up. So you know it's very likely market will do impulsive move to the downside and feel the inefficiency. So first reason who are pushing to the downside, people longing here are closing, and also people who are longing in this range are getting trapped, and now they are also forced to close down. And for all of that we use, you know, our liquidity tool, so we can exactly know where is the most people's pain. And you see the largest and fastest move happened down in this here, because this is also the major liquidity node. What this market loves to do, and this is like crypto in overall, it loves to punish people on the both sides. But if you are patient and you wait for your opportunity, once market punish most of the people, you are getting great opportunity. Even down here you needed to be really good with your risk management, because if your market would break down further, you would be taking massive liquidity node further, but it never happened. We didn't revisited lows, we didn't started cascade, so you trade what is in front of you. We'll go over that trade in a second. You see why market, so that's also the advantage of the order books. Now you see hundreds of millions on the buying side, 5% move and 5% down from the price. We are seeing around 8,000 bitcoins on the long side. That's hundreds of millions. These people, because market had big breakdown, so people start taking profit. This alone is giving you expectations market will consolidate and range. I was scalping this range as well. To know when market goes into the range is literally cheat code, because you can trade the range and make a lot of money. I make a lot of money in the range, more money than in the impulses. That's simple because range is offering me much more entries. Yeah, I can reload, like I go long here. Traders know I went long here. I was reloading here. and I was just reloading. In the end, you hit the stop loss when the liquidity is taken from the range, and then you can reposition easy if you see strong reversal, as was the case yesterday. But range, you know, is I like range, but also when the market is in impulse, I'm making good money. It's just not same money as in the range. You just need to, because you have limited chances to add. Yeah, you need to be super aggressive, and if you are adding in such aggressive impulse, you are dragging your entry up. You know, you can do trail stop loss in such cases, of course, if you are adding with the market. Okay, let's go further. So you see, we are expecting range. We are trading the range here. Let's go further down. I was also telling our traders, in case we do more breakdowns and we fail with swing failure pattern out of this range, and these hundreds of millions of longs are not holding us, then we will very likely go for these lows and then reverse. That's what Bitcoin likes to do statistically. Okay, but it didn't happen. But we were aware of this scenario. We are always aware. This is also a good point when we go to TRDR. So templates. This one, we will be doing this 30-minute time frame. So overall, the move down was very exhaustive, like on medium to higher time frames. Look at the volume, massive volumes to the downside. Very similar correction as we had over here, around 1.4 billion. Here is around 1.30 billion. I know if Bitcoin stays in the range, yes, and starts pushing into the single prints we had here, I know there is potential, statistical potential for this trade to make at least 5% and more. Look at that. So this was move of 5% with similar threshold reached. Just remember how I view the markets and how markets truly operate. If you sell too much on one side and market reverses, people will be forced to rebuy with similar size. Okay, so you've got a lot of fuel here out of this range already for the reversal. How much we bounce already? Okay, let's go from the lows. So it's already around 6%. So your statistical edge played out. This is only one example I'm giving you how systemic trader is much better than discretionary trader. Systemic trader is using data, is using backtesting results from the past, and there is very little hesitation. There is very little guessing. We react when conditions are right. We can literally predict market a bit. Trading is not 50-50 game. You can actually change it to 80-20. Okay, so you win 80% of trades or 70, and the rest of the will be losers. This is very different to gambling in casino, as many people who don't trade view it. You, with your learning curve and really good Orderflow tools, you can change your life, and you can literally predict market for this high probability setup. So we had expectations this trade will be at least 5%, which already played out. Yes, for sure we can push much higher, but that's already helping you. You just know there is enough fuel in the marketplace. This I was also preparing a plan of action for our traders in case the in case market pushes to the upside. We had this swing failure pattern didn't happen. Markets went into the lows and that did big reversals, so this setup was negated. We did single prints fill and we rejected here, so this setup played out, and in the end market even pushed further. It was like much stronger over these highs as well. There was no reaction at this point of control, so market got very strong. So one setup played out as well from that outline. I'm also warning our traders, they need to read the delta and the candles inside Exocharts. Sometimes there are errors. It was showing here as a short, but it was not short, but it was big long, longing the bottom of the range. You see what we were doing that day. It's not zooming in. So market structure here, range, and we are just playing market structure to market structure and range rotations. This was news trade, not interested. I'm also seeing in the I can show you that in the aggregate template. This was also really interesting sign for us. There were, like, if you zoom in, there were like we were going sideways and spot was heavily selling. and we've got the bullish absorptions until we took out the lows, but there, like, spot was after 48 hours first time it was getting absorbed, so it was also warning sign for you. Some big entities are already scooping up cheap Bitcoin. As you can see that clearly market going sideways, spot is selling, unable to take out lows. In the end we did, but there were absorptions, like these people were getting positioned. So this is now the reversal. We can talk about it. This is the main reversal we were having from bottom of the range. You can see what was market trying to do. It was, so we've got big liquidity below, but market only had it for the more like local liquidity. The main reversal happened with the stock market. That was really key here. Look at that. I was telling our traders I'm expecting bounce on Bitcoin eventually if equity starts to bounce. Bitcoin was heavily correlated. Look at that. Big sell-off, Bitcoin heavily correlated. Now, big bounce. If equities would be selling down, very likely Bitcoin would not get such a bounce. So equities definitely helping. They were reaching own support. So Bitcoin did the bounce with them. You see, let me show you. I was showing trade management as a scalper. For that, I think this can be useful for you to see. So I'm getting initial entry here. By the way, how that happened, we can go to Exocharts. This is pretty much textbook setup for you. Let's return back to yesterday. Here we are. We need to zoom a bit more. Here we are. So we know we have hundreds of millions of walls at the just below the range. Let me turn off this so you can see actually how these people were getting filled. So very big walls, such walls, can lead to major reversals. The smart entities are placing the orders. They can easily exhaust the market. Look how, when we started to break down, how these walls were getting eaten. So 524 Bitcoin, like this wall was eaten fully. These were not spoofs, everybody was getting filled. You see how open interest is increasing. So these are new shorts getting positioned literally at the lows into the smart capital. Remember that simple rule: limit orders are always stronger hand in the market. Yes, they are smart capital, they are the patient one, they usually have deeper pockets. Okay, so market orders failed with this battle here. Look at that, everybody, all those big walls are getting eaten. Now you zoom out, you see another change of conditions. You feel the big walls, you feel thousands of Bitcoins with new shorts into them. Look at the increase. So from 83,500 just on Binance to 86,000, that's 2,500 Bitcoin new shorts coming into the market. What is happening further? We are getting another big wall. So even if market falls further, it will be absorbed by the new big wall. So some big entity was definitely protecting here and filling out positions. And a good rule for me is always, when such big walls are filled, I want to see immediate reaction. I want to see the trader who is filling the walls protecting their entry, because they never fill just positions with limits. They keep good chunk of their capital as for the market orders, so they can beat the price up and make their entry safely. Limit orders are usually not enough. You need market participants, like active market participants, to push the market. So I'm seeing clear protection from these entities who fill the walls. And secondly, I know we have so many trap shorts at the lows. If market gets returned back into its range, that's going to be major sign. Those are the best setups and reversals when people panic and they literally short the lows, and especially such size. It's also showing you the whales are not, they cannot be the whole market. Yeah, doesn't matter how much money they use. If whole market wants to reverse, it will reverse and they will be wrecked. And I also covered the trade management here. I was taking this same trade on the day trader, but this is how scalper. Because when you are getting such reversal, we've seen there is no sign of weakness. When we go to Exocharts, since that moment, we can go to more aggressive settings, 120.82. These are for like scalps. Let's go here. we are seeing big shorts into the lows, and now market starts to, like, bulls starts to get into the control, and you see how positive delta started to develop, and it was rarely failing, like positive delta all the time until you reach the VWAP here. That was only time when some sellers show up, and even after that, once VWAP was reclaimed, another big push to the upside, positive delta is getting retained, relative volume really good, big traders are buying. Do you see all these big boxes up here in these thresholds? Not the retail, like some retail was actually shorting at this little pullback, but the big traders are buying, and they are in control. Okay, so this was fantastic bounce. You could be postponing I was definitely postponing some take profits. We were also having swing failure pattern reclaim, so for me, I'm very aggressive in some scalps. If I see good reversal, I was actually adding to on the reclaim of the swing failure pattern, and at the same time I was taking profit 1 for 40% here. So I cover my stop loss and I have guaranteed profit. If market reverses here into my entry, I made good money, I cannot lose. That's the, like, protection of your capital is always max priority. Now we are getting acceptance back into the range, back into the local range. Val is getting reclaimed. I had 2 odds, each 20%, so 40% in total. You see now, if with this odd, I moved my position higher, but I also have same exposure as on my initial entry, so I participate on moves up. Take profit to take in a daily VWAP. Yes, that was mechanical take profit to secure even more profits, and another take profit was taken on scalp here at 64,600. So really good guidance. Day trader played this very differently. Day trader had really fast take profit, just 10% to cover stop loss, or 15%, and then take profit 1, like proper take profit 1 at the VWAP. And since that moment, I had 50% left exposure. I was not adding to the trade because I want the tight stop loss. For day trades, I don't aggressively chase the market and don't use trade stop loss. I want best possible entry with stop loss. And that day trader is still running actually until this day with same exposure. I will be adding to it the bit I can now because it's now big profit. It's not gonna raise me much. So you see how different worlds are, how scalper and day trader has different targets, adding, very aggressive adding, not much adding. So you see, these are really important steps. And we also knew when we returned back into the, so also short starts to covering on the push. That was great. We saw that, and we were predicting. We are seeing massive open interest increase. This open interest increase overall in the range was massive, from 189 to 200,000. So it's like 11,000 bitcoins added here. It's like 600 million of new orders in this very tight range. Bitcoin loves to do that. It's gonna make sad both sides of such range. So first we do breakdown. We stopped out local longs, and then shorts will be covering. And now you see, as we are in this small range now, open interest finally getting decreased. Shorts are closing in pain, longs are taking some profit, but in the end we did another push to the upside. OE is increasing. That's fantastic. So and also you see this was still led by the stock market bounce, just beautiful. I covered in here, this was also one post I need to mention. So one more thing, I closed my day trade short from yesterday fully on such reversal as soon as we started filling single prints. So let's go back into the, and everything I'm saying here will be repeating in the future. This is fractal situation, this is textbook situation. Such setups will repeat, so please just absorb this knowledge. You cannot see that now, the single prints here, but this was the single print area. It was stretching up to this point, and here at this point, when I see we are leaving the range, we start to fill single prints. I'm closing this trade. Look at that, I circled that. If I would not close this was actually the short, or here I was just adding and also new scalp short. If I would be not closing here, market would return back into my entry. I would lose, look how much profit I would lose, 4%. So I warned our traders, it's time to also close the, you can keep the swing. The last position I have on the short side is this swing short here with 30% exposure. but you know, you really need to act quickly, because this was inefficiency market was going for that, and we knew so many shorts are in the range with open interest increase. There is potential to at least do this to fill the inefficiency. Then you got the trades short from the market structure we were expecting. For the scalp, it's like also hedging your long. We were taking that. In the end, during Asia, we started pushing up. I was literally sleeping over all these moves, but it was so nice because I woke up in beautiful profits. And yeah, that's fantastic. Now short didn't lose profit on a short, as I closed at the right time, and now the longs are in control. Now we can be talking. So I finished the Discord post. We can have a look on Bitcoin, what we can expect next. Just bear in mind from the fundamentals perspective, how is the Ethereum doing, by the way. Ethereum, okay, is recovering. Ethereum still has pressure from the distribution, because, you know, we expected same thing. This was 11% down move on the, actually more 13% move down on the ETF launch. We expected that, you know that from previous video. And I will be watching how is Ethereum doing next few days, how, if we are seeing nice inflows, if Grayscale actually distributed Ethereum with needed. Bitcoin now looks pretty strong. So we heard Mt. Gox distributed 50% of funds already, and we've got this pullback, but it's, you know, it actually survived a lot of traders, this pullback. So it's really great. So Bitcoin is doing really well. It absorbed this additional pressure on the market. So we can now have a look on Bitcoin from the technical and order flow perspective, what we can expect next. Also, if stock market keeps recovering today, we can actually go for these highs as well. So be aware of that. You should be really sticking to your longs now. If there will be nice pullback to retest this range or this range, I will definitely be adding to my long, and I will be also looking to build new longs. So it's now change of character. Ultimately, this pullback can be, as I said in the group, this can be your last opportunity to buy the dip. Ultimately, Bitcoin is bullish long-term and medium time frames. This is also like Trump trade, yeah, because if Trump wins the office, then cryptos will be doing well. Their administrative is going to be positive for the crypto. And we have Trump speaking. So today is Friday. I think tomorrow we have the Bitcoin conference. So Bitcoin is also bullish on that. Like Bitcoin is expecting some positive words from Trump speaking there. Some even say he's gonna announce Bitcoin will be strategic asset. I don't know if it's happened, but you know, you never know. If that happens, like Bitcoin will pump $5,000 to $10,000, you see, on such news. It's gonna be same strategic like gold, yeah. It's I'm not sure if it's gonna happen, but we will see. So let's have a look on Bitcoin. So you know my trades, you know how I traded. Everything was transparent here. So let's have a look on Bitcoin from general technical analysis. First, market structures. So you see we knew with the range here we were also holding critical market structures. This one was big resistance support in the past from higher time frames. It did its purpose. We were expecting the range here in this, and out of this range we will find the resolution. And also we had very, very strong this local market structure, this more local one. Support, lost, big rejections, retest, breached, support, and now again support. So this was the most immediate market structure you didn't want to lose. If you would be losing that, you would be literally looking at these lows. Lose that, and you will start to go for the much deeper pullback. So level by level trading in market structures is so key. Value areas and AMT, super key for me always to know where we are in chart from that moment. You see initial move stopped. Actually this was no support. We knew that this is gonna be very fast moves, but the initial week we've got this with these big walls, but also from the local point of control we had very little range here. And another push to the downside when we were taking liquidity. It was all AMT in the end. We were revisiting 4-day range here, and we did full rotation of that range. Look here, it was double val here, 4-day val and 1-day val from this local range. Double val, people taking profits, boom. And you did like express rotation, like within few hours you did this range rotation, easy. Now from AMT what I clearly said, if bulls wants to if bulls wants to get stronger, we need to accept outside 5 weeks VAH, because if you go to 2 hour time frame, we've spent 5 weeks inside this range here. After we've left this range, we built a lot of value up there, but in the end, when we were returning, we didn't spend much time here. It was very violent price action, little bit of here, and then again very violent price action. So Bitcoin, if we could easily reject here and start to build new value here. Didn't happen. We are rejecting outside, so that's also green light for your long for now. And you definitely want to stay above now 65.323 for your long to be day trade and for your long to be really safe. So even on retest, you definitely want to hold this area. That would be fantastic. Plus, you don't want acceptance now into this range. This is going to be area of support where we can look to add to trade as well. We had 2-day naked point of control. You had scalp here we can go to 1 hour time frame. Initial scalp, you had some scalp out of it, that was no problem. In the end, reclaimed. 4-day VAH was reclaimed as well here, and now you are getting acceptance back into the top of the range. Okay, so now what is market doing is now just rotating this range here. Okay, you see we are almost completed rotation during the Asia and we rejected, so you also had opportunity for scalp short, and you did swing failure pattern. Look at that. So when I open my charts, you see this was planned trade area because we were waiting for that for a long time to do swing failure pattern out of this high and this high. You took some liquidity, move down, and you've had at least 0.70% one move. That's really excellent for scalp and intraday short. So you could be having that pretty easy trade. This was expected from here, but once you push over these highs, there will be very limited resistance above. Look how many little levels I have. The next level is just 68,200, so pretty much void in terms of levels. Let's go further. High volume nodes, 2 hour time frame. High volume nodes play a key part in our trading, especially the big ones. So these high volume nodes are coming from 5-month range. You see what was Bitcoin about. We expected range here in this 5-month high volume node. It happened, and now market found support also in the 4-day high volume node from small range, and also we expected some range here was just 1 day, but we still expected market to slow down here because it's 5-month high volume node secondary, but it's also 5 weeks main range from this range. So this was in the end travel between high volume nodes, and you see how fast moves are in between them. Yeah, so market is very impulsive in between them, super easy. Anchor VWAPs, they were offering us nice clues. So for me, it was pretty clear, this was big support. We had alerts here because this anchor VWAP is measuring power of the overall uptrend locally since 54k. Never got retest. We expect still future trade once we do the retest, but you also have the secondary anchor VWAP, which is measuring final low when the medium time frame impulse started and you left the range. So this is another important anchor VWAP. I set our traders, if we want to see more upside, we definitely need reclaim. We've got the reclaim here, fantastic, and we also got the retest, and the retest was holding excellent. This was helpful when you were already in the long. You could be also even adding to your long. That was textbook price action here. And after the reclaim, you see what happened. Market recovered the momentum because the longs got back into the power. Okay, and we also, I was saying, our traders are already at highs. I'm looking for, because these two anchor VWAPs are measuring current downtrend. Of course, we broken the downtrend. This area here I was viewing as a support from anchor VWAP perspective. I want to hold this on a pullback. Same thing happened here. I want to hold this area as support, and actually the week into it held. So for me, that was really great. That's why I also view Bitcoin on the area, because inner volatility of Bitcoin is very strong. So yes, bulls are in control still. because we never got acceptance back into this. Losing these and losing this anchor, losing this zone and this anchor VWAP would be bearish, and we would be going for much deeper pullbacks eventually into this range and for CME up close. Didn't happen. You trade what is in front of you. Order blocks. Some order blocks were traded already. These were not pivotal order blocks. These pivotal order blocks will are always at the range extremes. But here we had the pivotal one-day order blocks, which was crafted out of this previous range, which helped us stabilize. Extension targets. First extension target was reached. How was this pull born? So this pull was born very simply from this high here. This was the first move to the downside, decent bounce, and you are now breaking down. So you also reached one-to-one extension. So similar move happened, you see, as here. So Bitcoin lost symmetry, one-to-one reached. This was the initial target for the shorts. So you also bounce on the shorts taking profit in the, you know, like higher time frame uptrend and local time frame downtrend. They reached first target, so you have additional force, you know, take profit. How are the balance zones looking? Main one. Yes, here is the main one. You remember in the previous video I was showing you Bitcoin. I will do it like this. So Bitcoin, this is the Genesis range where we started new uptrend. So you look always if Bitcoin starts to creating new range out of one-to-one extension, or it's going to be showing you much powerful move and you will be creating range from 2-to-1 extension. And what is happening here? Very critical level was revisited and held. So you again expect another range rotation to the upside and take out the highs. And Bitcoin will be either ranging here as like another range rotation, or it's gonna break higher. That's the main use of the balance zones. They predict your future ranges, yes, just based on the symmetry. I also mark the box. If you lose these and these two lows, I expect new range to be formed. It didn't happen. Always planning for scenarios is just key. Golden zone pulls. Naked daily awaits us at the highs, and also naked weekly is just above here. What else we need from here? Naked point of controls, 2 of them were traded. We see we have majority below us, and then we have a lot of naked point of controls above us, so it's going to be new trade area definitely for us. Composite naked point of controls were traded locally. How is the liquidity looking? So this is the liquidity profile. Bitcoin is still inside the local range, and it's going like it still didn't hit the major liquidity each directions. So we will wait for that. If it's this one or this one is getting more likely. CME gap is still below us, didn't play out yet, maybe in the future. Here are the long-term market structures from previous bull market. Look how powerful they are. I was making posts in the group about this. This was part of the reason I was taking swing short as well. And you see what we did. We did another curving inside the big market structure, which stopped previous bull market, and now Bitcoin found support in this one, and we were expecting market to be, you know, supported in at such a market structure range. So just played out nicely. I don't think we need anything from here. I don't want this video to be too long. Let's have a look on other order flow tools, and I will be sealing the video. Let's have a look on general status of the order books. Tradinglite. You see how Bitcoin was moving up also on the pretty empty order books. There was not much resistance in the perpetual markets. Now order book starts to get neutral into the negative. So sooner or later we will find some local resistance. You see how it's changing, like from this massive support. You can also see it visually in the order books. Actually, we are starting to reach resistance in the order books. For you is also time to book some profit, definitely, if you were longing here. It's now spot market starts to increase into the same like here. Yeah, this is why we were creating a range. So spot market actually, perpetuals are neutral because I was looking on Tradingline on perpetuals, but spot markets are starting to show us pressure. There is now 2.5 times more Bitcoin in limit orders on a Coinbase, and also in the general market, spot market, like all exchanges in the world, is now 3 times more shorts than longs in the limit order. So range here is expected. If Bitcoin starts pushing up, it's not going to be easy. It will need a lot of volume to break out. You can also trade this local range here. You start to expect some nice range here formed. You were trading this think value pattern with this because you know order books are on your side. And if you were longing also, we were longing with the order books, you can take some nice take profit here, definitely, because these pressure bands alone can cause mild pullback, and you can be adding to pullback. So take decisions as you need. We can see that in the spot markets pressures will be increasing as we go up. There are a lot of little orders in the order books. They are trying to stay hidden, but I see them, of course, with my settings. So the more Bitcoin push, the harder it's going to be. Very empty order books to the downside. If there is some new sellers, they can easily give us pullback. So we need to be aware of that. What is the good support areas on a pullback? Of course, first area of support, swing failure pattern out of this range, this low as well, and then this consolidation and lows below them. If you lose this without swing failure pattern, you can go to much deeper fill and you will find proper support in this range and in this range. I'm already showing you. I will be interacting limited way. Let me check Okotoki just in the general view. How is the market looking? Very empty order books to the downside on the spot markets. Perpetuals also empty. Like the summer order books are pretty empty. And sell side, look at that. 68,000 getting protected, most exchanges in the world. So mark that. 69,000 is always round numbers. Round numbers because option markets like round numbers and they need to buy or sell inventory. And it's also psychological. 70k very heavily protected. So in the future, you need to have alerts on 70k. We also have perpetuals already building there. 72k also heavily protected, but it's far away. But yeah, market order books empty, very empty to the downside. So pullbacks were easy if there are sellers. Yeah. So yeah, if we leave this range, we should be attacking more highs here and do eventually a major swing failure pattern at the 68,500. That's going to be interest for me. And also 68k we knew order books resistance, so we will also watch that. How is the relative volume? Scalping is very limited for you. You still wait for the New York session. You can see that clearly. The big moves were happening here. Relative volume was super high. 384 million, 392, 500 million. Now market is in the low volume and low volatility state. So relative volume starts to peak a bit, but it's still nothing crazy. Also, you see some new longs coming in. So if market does swing failure pattern and traps new longs into the highs, you can have really good swing failure pattern. This is anomaly. This was error in the order books. This is not real. Overall, market is going sideways. By a bit, a lot of people getting long, much more people longing than shorts. You watch for swing failure pattern of this high, definitely, because you can be squeezing some late longs, or you do breakout into the weekly open. How is the funding rate? Funding rate is healthy, so this move up was led spot and perpetuals in line. I also want to show you, we knew how market is heavily shorting in this range. Open interest was increasing. You see like spot is not even buying that much. The lot of push to the upside happened from the perpetual markets. Those were shorts getting their position rebought back. That's the template I was showing you in aggregate. Yeah, so they are fueling the move. They shorted big time on the down, and now similar moves are happening up. If you continue, you can still continue out of these shorts getting positioned here, because you see the delta of the spot is still not even reaching these highs here. So you can even continue higher and do full delta round trip when everybody from who was shorting here will be closing positions and rebuying back higher. We even wait for this spot bit. Spot market's pretty slow today. Yes. So okay, so I did a lot of analysis already. So we are staying in the longs. Also no financial advice in the video, just education, entertainment. I'm now more in the long side. I will be waiting for pullbacks to add to my longs. I will be also watching equities if they manage to pull finally some green day, because futures are green. We really need that so Bitcoin can continue higher. And also I will be waiting for very likely for new short, watching this local range. And if it fails, then these two highs together. These highs needs to be fixed. You see what is happening here. Very tight swing failure pattern, and also on CME very likely is not looking good as a structure. If you have bad structure, market tends to return. Oh yeah, it's not even swing failure pattern there. You have three highs close together. There is so much liquidity behind them. So market in the future will try to, oh, that's 1 hour time frame. Sorry, 72k, that will be fixed in the future. But here, yes, we also have two highs close together. So market will try to fix those highs, and we might get juicy swing failure pattern. So be patient. And for scalping, we wait for the New York session, because in these conditions, you don't want to scalp much. You can see on volatility is going down, is going down, but you see the increases in volatility each time in the New York session, as New York session starts. Thank you for watching, traders. I hope the video was useful. If it was useful, just give it a like, and I see you in the group. Join us, learn with us, make money with us. Bye.